Here's 5 reasons why the Switch is still better than a Steam Deck. The first reason is price. If you're on a budget for a portable gaming device, well, it's hard to go wrong with the Switch Lite. The Lite comes in at $200 retail, which is half the cost of the standard 64GB Steam Deck. If you're willing to go pre-owned, you can find a Lite at just over $100, which is an insane value for its price. Overall, every model of the Switch is cheaper than the cheapest Steam Deck, so if you are on a budget, well, a Switch is definitely a favorable option for portable gaming. The second reason is battery life. The Steam Deck is known for only getting 90 minutes to a couple of hours on more demanding titles, which is not that great. Now granted, it is playing games with usually higher settings than a Switch does, but it's still hard to not respect the Switch's 5 to 8 hour battery. If you're traveling and you don't want to be carrying around a huge battery pack just to charge a Steam Deck, well, the Switch is much more enticing because it's smaller, it's lighter, and it has way more battery life for games. The third reason is physical games. Now I know in today's day and age, most people are fine with buying most of their games digitally, and while that is an option on Switch, they also have the ability to buy physical game cartridges for those that prefer to own their games physically. This is simply not possible on Steam Deck since it is a digital only console. Owning your games physically comes with a ton of benefits like offline access, the ability to lend or borrow to your friends, being able to resell games, and even buying special edition bundles of games and things like that. The fourth reason is the docked experience. Switching from docked to handheld and then back to docked again on Switch is so seamless. Nintendo really nailed the overall experience and it's hard to go back to anything else. Controllers just immediately pair, the game that you're playing immediately switches to the correct resolution and frame rate. On Steam Deck, there are still some bugs when switching to a docked experience, and it's missing a lot of quality of life features like having separate performance profiles for handheld and docked. You shouldn't have to manually switch your resolution, FPS limits, TDP control, etc. every single time that you undock or dock the console again, but unfortunately that is how it works right now. With the Switch, the experience is just so much easier. And the fifth and final reason is exclusives. Nintendo has so many amazing exclusives and games that you can only play on the Nintendo Switch. Now I know people will bring up the fact that Steam Deck can play Switch games via emulation, but you have to keep in mind that the Switch emulation experience is not 100% perfect. There are still tons of games with little to no compatibility, there's bugs, performance issues, and the lack of online features. While it's cool to see Steam Deck play Switch games at all, it is no doubt in my mind that the best way to play Switch games still is natively on a Nintendo Switch.